Rebecca, and I'm here talking to you from my house about church camp. We have been stuck in our houses for a very long time, and I think this summer is the time to get out and to go to church camp. So we have church camp opportunities through the United Methodist Church for elementary age, middle school, and high school age students. I think every kid should go to church camp. I think it's the most amazing experience. However, don't take my word for it. Let's listen to some friends about their thoughts about church camp.
Hi, I'm Kim LaRue, and I just want you to know how much I love church camp and how much I'm hoping that you'll support it, or even better would be to go to one and experience it.
My name is Bridget Brockfield, and I went to Camp Wesley.
Hi, my name's Jaden, Miss Rebecca's son. I attended camp for several years when I was a younger kid.
My name is Aria, and I went to Camp Ottawa.
My name is Jane Eldridge. I'm in 8th grade, and I've attended Camp Wesley.
My name is Jalen, and I've been going to camp 7 years.
Why do we do church camp? What's the deal with that? And the thing about church camp is that you go somewhere. I love talking about retreat because it's not an escape, but it's an entering into someplace else, another dimension almost, another place where you learn things that you wouldn't have learned if you just stayed at home, where you meet people that you wouldn't have met if you just stayed in your own little town. And you get to do different activities that you never would have thought of on your own.
My favorite part of camp was getting away from my family for a week and being able to build fires and cook my own food in the woods. While at camp, I was able to go fishing, canoeing, swimming, and even some camping. I thought these activities were a lot of fun.
My favorite part of camp was that every morning we would go to this basically sheltered area where they would clear out all these chairs, and we would sit and we would worship.
Worship, which I love, being able to worship outside or in this really rustic chapel, and someone to talk to about your faith.
At Camp Wesley, there was water stuff in the lake, and big wooden inflatable stuff, and I thought that was really interesting and cool.
You're able to make new friends, you're able to be with Jesus at the same time, and just, yeah. I bonded with them really quickly because they were the same age group as me, and we could relate to each other more.
One of my favorite parts about camp is cooking outside, going outside and cooking your own food, cooking French toast and bacon on a can. You wouldn't do that in your day-to-day life, and it's fun.
I think my favorite food at camp was, the salad bar.
I think they had good mac and cheese.
I would say it's really good quality food, biscuits and gravy.
If I could tell you anything, it's always bring bug spray if you're gonna go to camp. Bring 3 cans of it, keep one in a backpack, always have bug spray.
I didn't like the mosquitoes and stuff, but besides that, it was good.
The hardest part about going to camp, especially when I was younger, was leaving my parents and leaving my friends and being kind of on my own for a week. But now that I'm older, it's probably staying away from my phone for a whole week. But at the same time, you don't miss your phone. And then when you're there might be times when you miss your parents, but you don't really miss them. You're just caught up in all the fun and all the excitement.
First time I went, I was a little worried because I was away from my parents, and I knew that we were going to be okay because I was with a bunch of other counselors and lots of campers.
Most importantly, while at camp, I was able to grow a lot closer to God, which I'm very thankful for today.
I feel like I grew closer to God at camp. Yes, I do. Because, I was with all these other people, and we got to sing songs, and we just talked about, Him and how we can follow Him and worship Him.
I liked, there was the big praying thing, with benches and stuff, and a lot of people could gather.
As usually after breakfast, we'd all go to our little own space with a chair. We'd look at our these little journals that we get, and we'd think about it in silence and talk to God.
I definitely feel like I have grown closer with God at camp because you're in nature all the time, and that's one of the main focuses of what you're doing at camp.
I look back on my time at camp and think about all the fun I had while I was there. It's definitely a great experience and worth the time.
It's a great experience for you to get closer to God and kind of become more independent. It was nice to get away from my parents.
It's a wonderful place to be. It's like you get your mind away from everything that's going on, and like you get to be with people who you've never met, and then you get to learn more about them and Jesus at the same time. By the second to last day of camp, you have this like worship that goes later than usual, and like usually you begin to feel emotions and like you feel joy, sadness, and like at the same time. Because I didn't want to leave.
Go to church camp. Even if you're scared, go, do it, try new things. If you go to church camp and someone says, hey, let's try this, and you're like, I don't know, try it. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it again, but always give it a shot.
And so all of that allows us to continue our Christian journey in really cool ways with new people and new understandings of who God is and who we are. Maybe you don't want to go to camp, or you don't know anybody that's going to go to camp, but you can support kids that want to go to camp or families who want to send their kids to camp by doing a campership. I hope that you'll consider helping kids go to camp or helping camps continue to be vital and active.
If you or your family member would like to learn more about camp, please contact me anytime. I'd be glad to talk with you, or any of the people on this video. They said that they would be glad to talk to you and or your kiddo. If you are interested in a campership and sponsoring a child, middle school, elementary, and high school to get to camp, there's information on the website under camps, and they're called camperships, and there's different denominations, or you can choose to select your own amount that you want to give. There's concerns about COVID-19, and I do know that the West Ohio United Methodist Church and the East Ohio United Methodist Church Camps have worked really hard to follow safety and protocols. And so if you have any questions or concerns about that, they would love for you to reach out to them and to talk with them about anything that's going on in your head. Our main goal is to help children grow in their discipleship and their relationship with Christ. And I honestly believe that by going to church camp, that will help them later in their life. All right, everybody, thanks a lot for listening to me talk on and on about camp, and have a wonderful day.